Now let's begin. In the previous class, we have configured the Selenium jars to the project, right? You can see it. If I move on to new package, here I have my first class.java, first is Java. Right click on the project, go to the properties, Java build path. I can see the libraries over here. So all the libraries has been successfully taken. Now my project understands Selenium 2, right? So let's focus on this. So what I do is I'm going to create a new class. So while creating the class, make sure to give in a uppercase. The first character should be uppercase. Selenium class 1. And we need to use public static void main to run the test. Here we go. Now public static void main, we need to write our code in this block. The very first thing, see, we are working on Selenium 3.1.0, right? So earlier to Selenium 3, when we worked with Selenium 2 plus version, there is no need to download anything or any driver for Firefox. So Firefox is inbuilt drivers which was existing before, but as if now we don't have that. If we want to work with the Firefox, we need to download few things. Even if it is a Firefox or Chrome or IE, so whatever it may be. Earlier for the Firefox, we used to have it default. If you want to work in with Chrome or if you want to work with IE, we used to download few drivers. But as if now, even we need to download it for Firefox 2. Okay, so let's move on to the very first point, because my test or here my testing activity of this class is I want to invoke, just let me write it here at the top, my agenda of this test. I want to invoke Firefox and open facebook.com. This is what my agenda of the course, agenda of this class, right? So let's do it. So first, to invoke the Firefox, you need to download Firefox driver. Okay, so let's do that. Let us move on to the official website of Selenium, seleniumhq.org, seleniumhq.org. And let's move on to the downloads. Just scroll down, and where we have a third-party drivers, bindings, and plugins. So we are working on a Mozilla Firefox. Just click on Mozilla Gecko driver, and you can see the things on the screen. Just scroll down. Here we have it downloads. The latest version is what we have is v0.14.0. You can simply go ahead and download this Win64 zip. Gecko driver Win64 zip. We are working on Windows. If you are working on Mac, download this Mac version. If you are downloading and working in Linux, download this Linux version. Okay, so as if now I'm assuming that we are working on a Windows and I'm downloading this Windows 1. Once after downloading it, we'll be getting that as a zip file. Zip file. We need to extract, or you need to unzip it. Extract or unzip it. Once we extract or unzip it, we'll be getting a folder like this, echo driver.exe. So we'll be getting a folder. In that folder, the download just here, after unzipping it, after extracting it, here we have echo driver.exe. Now copy the path, simple. Copy where it is, because we need to feed this driver so that system understands where exactly it is. It is in my C drive. Let me copy it. Yeah. Now let's move on to the script. Now let me give the set system properties. System dot set property. Just here we have string key and string value. Key and value. Key is a string what we need to provide WebDriver dot gecko dot driver, and the value is the path, including the name and extension of it. So now your system understand the Firefox server and will try to work with that. This is a very important and first step. And let me end the statement. Okay, it's throwing up an error message. Just give the double slashes. Okay, done. Now I am writing a very important step. Let me write it down. WebDriver space driver equal to new Firefox driver. Don't get confused. We'll explain this. Let me fix the error. W is uppercase and D is also uppercase. Connect to WebDriver, change to WebDriver, and the Firefox, change to Firefox. Yep. So WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. As I discussed earlier, what is a WebDriver? What is this WebDriver all about? This WebDriver is a interface. WebDriver is an interface. What is an interface? It is nothing but a carbon copy of your class. Driver is an object. And what is this type of object? Again, it is an interface type of an object. Okay. Yes. So Firefox driver is a class where it holds methods in it. Let me explain you this clearly in a theoretical manner. Then after I will give you the practical part how exactly it works. Okay. First, let us talk technicalities of it. What is this? WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. As I said, this here WebDriver is an interface. From the class one I am saying WebDriver is an interface. Okay. So we are defining a reference variable, that is driver. And what is the type of driver? It is an interface. So driver, what is the type of driver? It is an interface. Literally that is a web driver. Okay. And what I have done is now any object we assign to it must be a instance of class. What is a class here? Firefox. That implements the interface. So driver implements the interface. Clear? Yep. As simple as that. WebDriver is an interface. Driver is an object. What type of object it is? It is an interface type of object. What is Firefox driver? It is a class. What is new? A space allocator. As simple as that. Okay. Now this driver possesses all the properties and methods of Firefox. As simple as that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm giving all the Firefox powers to this driver. Means Firefox internal. Just see here, the thing what I'm trying to explain you now, it's not a practical one. It is just to explain you how this works. I'm trying to give you an example. It may not be a technically correct, but you'll understand how it works. So Firefox has a methods in it. Okay, but directly Firefox doesn't have any access to access its own assets and methods. So what I have done is I have created a driver. So using this help of driver, Using the help of this driver, I am going to access all the methods what is there in the Firefox. What is this driver? This driver is a web driver type, as simple as. Okay, just here if I write driver dot, if I write driver dot, we are getting all this method close, equals, get, and all these things. Okay, so you can read it. It's everything is very easy. Equal, find element, get class, current URL, all these things. Okay, so let me start with driver dot get. So basically, web driver is equal to new Firefox will invoke Firefox. The statement will invoke Firefox. After invoking the Firefox, I need to write a website. So this driver.get method will write a specific website. If you want to open writes website on browser, I mean URL on browser. If I want to open a facebook.com, so I need to give that in the driver.get facebook.com, facebook.com. Give that in the quotes. So once I run the test, this test will invoke firefox.com. So this will show where the Firefox Rico driver is, and that will open the browser, Firefox browser, and this statement will write facebook.com into the new browser what it opens. That is what my agenda, invoking Firefox and opening Facebook. Just see. Driver.get is used to open any website. Okay. So system.set properties. These three lines what I have written here, it's common for every program. For every program. Right? So let me run it and let's see whether it invokes the Firefox and it writes a facebook.com or not. You can see Firefox on the screen, guys. And now you can see facebook.com on the screen. As expected, it has done the activities without any problem. This is how it works. Now let's go ahead and let's see what are the other methods we have.